welcome back to FPL Focus. My name's Graham. We're having a look at Game Week 17. We've got a new section at the end. We'll be continuing with that. We're looking at Haaland replacements and Kieran Trippier replacements. So make sure you watch till the end for that. Before we do get into it though, please do smash that subscribe button, hit the like button. Let's see if we can get 7 likes on this video. Right, let's get into it. So here we go. As always, this video is brought to you by Draft Hound. It's a fantastic tool for FPL. There is a link in the description below. Make sure you do check that out. All donations go straight to the Street Child United charity. Right, so Game Week 16. How did I get on? 34 points, just a red arrow, absolutely gutted, but it's only a small fall. We need to get back on this now and really try and push away from this million mark. So I've got 3.2 million in the bank, 1 free transfer. Also at the end of the video we'll be looking at Trippier and Haaland replacements, so there's that to look forward to. But we'll be doing the team selection, going through my team bit by bit. A few fires to put out, obviously Sanchez, Trippier, Haaland, players like that. So let's get into it. First things first, goalkeepers and the defence. So goalkeepers and defence, you can see here Sanchez is flagged. Leno absolutely fine though, so probably an easy selection this week. Sanchez unfortunately suffering a knee injury in Chelsea's 2-0 defeat to Everton. We've got Tsimikas in there, who is a worry going forward in terms of Andy Robertson's return. Pedro Porro playing fantastic. He's come off as an absolute brilliant transfer so far, bringing in the points. I'm delighted with him. Kieran Trippier though has done the complete obvious. Newcastle just seem to have lost a lot of steam, so definitely going to need to look at replacements for him. Bell in there has recently returned for Luton. They've got a lot of fight in them. They do very well when they play at Kenilworth Road. And then we got Gabriel in there. Got Brighton away next. So should be an okay fixture. Arsenal need to look to bounce back after that 1-0 defeat against Aston Villa. We've got score percentages above. Salah 55%, Jackson at 50%, Alvarez at 45%. So that is chances of scoring, so I hope that does help. We've got the fixtures as well, so you can see what's going on there. So anyway, next, let's get into the midfield. So here we are, midfield, double Arsenal, Saka and Ødegaard. How they didn't score against Villa is absolutely beyond me. They had chances that they normally always put away, but it just wasn't their day. Brighton at home next. Hopefully with the home crowd, Arsenal can bounce back. If they want to go for the title, they're going to have to do that. So Palmer in there, Sheffield United at home, along with Sterling, who unfortunately I did bring in the other game week and his minutes dropped. He came on late as a sub. Bit of a concern there really, but because he had a rest, it's something I want to monitor in future. I might look to get rid of him in the next couple of game weeks. But because he had that rest, I'd like to think he starts next game against Sheffield United. Really keep him on the back foot and go at them. I think he will play. Then James Ward-Prowse ticks over here and there. You know, I can either choose fixtures with him, switch him from the bench or start him. But he's always quite deadly. When he turns up, he does turn up. Wolves at home next for West Ham, but not very convincing of late under David Moyes. So West Ham, not as big, I don't think. Mind me saying, without Declan Rice in there. Right, let's move on to the strikers. So here we go, it's team selection. Strikers here, Solanke ticking over nicely. Luton at home next. What a fixture that is for him. I'm happy. A lot of people probably will be looking at getting Haaland out and jumping to a Solanke. I've already got him. I don't have to do that. Because Haaland is so highly owned, obviously, because he is one of the most popular players along with Salah in the game, I'd be possibly looking at a swap for Ollie Watkins to come in there, because Ollie Watkins is so highly owned. So I need to play the effective ownership game there. Alvarez will stay. Crystal Palace at home. They do rely on him at the moment. We've got Palmer and Sterling in there against Sheffield United at home. James Ward-Prowse we talked about. Wolves at home. Odegaard and Saka, that Brighton game at home. Tsimikas, we'll see if he plays or not. I should think he will get one more game for Liverpool. Gomez hasn't looked that impressive to me. Tsimikas at least gets forward well, and they've been winning Liverpool. Porro, spoke about him earlier, absolute fire, happy with him. Nottingham Forest away for Pedro Porro. Arsenal again, Brighton for Gabriel. Leno starts in goal then, Newcastle away. I mean, Fulham, what have they gone and done there? Wow, turned things around. They've scored 10 goals in the last 2 games. 2 5-0 wins. Absolutely incredible. The likes of Raul Jimenez up front, finding his old Wolverhampton Wanderers form there. Incredible to see. Villian I quite like. And Pereira in that midfield. Look at those sort of players. Or Kearney in that Fulham side for attack returns. But next up, we are going to do what I promised you from the start of the video. We're going to be looking at Haaland replacements and Kieran Trippier replacements. So here we are having a look at Trippier replacements and Erling Haaland replacements. So let's start off with Trippier. I mean, God, Newcastle absolutely lose it at the moment. I don't know what is going on there. I think it might be the European football. It's just too much for them. So Van Dijk is the first one in there, 9.6% owned. Man United next at home, then Arsenal at home, then Burnley away, then Newcastle at home. So some brilliant home fixtures coming up. I know Arsenal might be a bit more trickier. Come on, you Gunners. But the others do look good. Van Dijk, a nice way into that Liverpool defence. We've got Udogie. I'm quite a big fan of the Frenchman. He seems to get forward very well. It's hard for me to say that about Spurs assets, but no, I really am impressed. Nottingham Forest away next. Everton at home, who have been playing quite well in their relegation battle since that points deduction. Incredible, really. This is why we love the Premier League. Brighton away, and then Bournemouth at home for Udogie. If you're not looking at Udogie, you could go to the likes of Pedro Porro, as you saw in my team selection. That is someone that I own and he has been returning. But Udogie, quite capable and did get a return last game week. Next up, we've got an interesting one. A bit under the radar, 1.4%. It's Senesi of Bournemouth. Gets forward well on set pieces for Bournemouth. Luton at home next. Nottingham Forest away. Fulham at home. Spurs away. Could Senesi carry on this points form that he's been in? I really hope so. At low ownership, it'd be a nice sneaky little differential there. And finally, Fulham on the back of their 10-goal hauls. We've got Robinson. I love the way he flies forward, full of pace. Newcastle away next. Are they out of energy? I don't mind it. I'm very interested to see how this Fulham side perform against Newcastle, who have not been doing good of late. Then it's Burnley at home. Then it's Bournemouth away. And then it's Arsenal at home. So some nice options there for you. It's either highly owned or lowly owned differentials. You take your pick. Right. Let's have a look. Erling Haaland transfers. I mean, he blanks in 18 anyway, but we're not expecting him back for quite a little while. Luckily, it was not an actual fracture of the bone. So that's good news, because it would have been even longer. But in the short term, I think with the blank in there, a lot of people will just be thinking, and the funds, the 14 million, let's get off of him. So here we go. My preferred option is obviously Ollie Watkins. A lot of you probably already own Ollie Watkins. As you can see, he is highly owned, 39.2%. So you might not need to look there. I most probably will. Brentford away, his old club. Sheffield United at home. Man United away. Burnley at home. Not bad little fixtures. Unai Emery's got Aston Villa playing well. They play that impressive high line and catch everybody offside. You don't even need VAR, do you, with Villa? That's how impressive they are at the back. Full credit to him. One thing I do love about Ollie Watkins is he's smiling. Even when he misses shots, he's smart. He's enjoying his football. So important. Confidence is massive when you're a striker. Next up, Newcastle's Alexander Isak. Fulham at home next, Luton away, Nottingham Forest at home, Liverpool away. Isak seems to always find a way. I love the way he plays. Very skillful. Weaves his way through very well through defences. So it could be an option for you at 16%. Then we've got Solanke. Of course, that's someone I've got. 8.6% owned. Luton at home. Same as Senesi's fixtures above. Nottingham Forest away. Fulham at home. Spurs away. Big Dom Solanke keeps defying the odds. Banging them goals. And if you don't go for him in the striker department, there is Semenya as well of Bournemouth. He's another option. He's been ticking along nicely with the points. And last but not least, off the back of them 10 Fulham goals, Raul Jimenez. It's good to see him back since that head injury that he did suffer. Newcastle away, Burnley at home, Bournemouth away, Arsenal at home. Jimenez starting to recapture some of that goal scoring form. Could be a nice cheeky little differential. Again, it depends. What does your team need? Highly owned player or a differential? Just have a look at it. Decide, do I have enough highly owned players I need to get a differential in, or do I just have too many differentials here? I need to get back on that highly owned mark, especially with Haaland being an example of that. But yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, and thank you for watching. Take care.